For staying with us. You're still tuned into Rapid Dawn on Rapid TV. And if you ask me, this is the most anticipated moments for Wednesdays, especially because we get to rattle and battle about the girl stuff here in the studio. And today is not any different, I promise you. It's about to be amazing. Remember, we always say there's this tug of war, there's this unspoken war between the Gen Zs and the millennials, right? There's this unspoken battle between the both, between Gen Zs and millennials. Now, people don't really talk about it, but these two know that they are in for battle. They're in for battle. They're in the same space. They argue it out all through. You find them anywhere and they're saying, these people, who do they think they are? They're so rude. So today, I have taken it upon myself to settle this fight. Right here, right now. For today's conversation, we are asking, right, what is this battle between Gen Zs and millennials, right? Do the Gen Zs think they're better than the millennials, or do the millennials think that they're better than the Gen Zs? And I mean, what better way to have this conversation than to have both parties represented here in the studio? Mr. Speaker, I promise you that the opposing and the proposing side is present in the studio and will give you their point of talk. And to have this conversation today, right at my left, I have the beautiful, the amazing Cynthia Agbo. Why are you blushing?
Because it feels so... what's the word? Like to be on this side.
To be on this side. Feels strange, right?
Just to be on this side. But it's okay. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's so great to be here. I don't want to say great to have you on the show. It's so great to have me on the show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So,
amazing.
And wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Right at my right, representing the Gen Zs for today's tug of war is Glory Lion. Glory is an amazing content creator, and she has taken out time to be here with us today. I mean, this entire set, just so you could see what the Gen Zs do and what the millennials do. I already know what I want in my mind, but anyways, hi, Glory.
Hello, it's very good to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Who are Gen Zs?
Are you sure she can match me? That's the first question.
She can match you.
Are you sure she can
We'll
match
see about that.
Okay.
We'll see about
All right.
Tell us, who are Gen Zs?
Okay, Gen Zs are people born within 1997 to 2012.
Okay.
We are the new force.
Okay.
We are very energetic, we are very creative, and we are amazing people. We are the generation that is acquainted with social media, the internet, and everything.
Okay, who are millennials?
Millennials. It's very straight, but of course, I don't like straight. It's very straight if I say people born from 1980 something to stop where they were born.
They were born. Okay.
Before we were. And for the record, we're speaking to women now.
Okay.
So everything is targeted at women.
Yeah, of course.
So a millennial woman is one who is very creative, right? She's very resilient, which a Gen Z might want to use that point against me, but I have an answer for that.
Okay.
Very resilient, very enterprising, very creative. And I'll tell you creativity because out of nothing, she makes something, which is what a Gen Z can't do. A Gen Z needs a template.
Okay.
But a millennial doesn't necessarily need a template. They create a template because anyway, there must be a way.
Wow. Glory.
Well, while I cannot necessarily disagree with everything you just said, but saying that Gen Zs need a template, I think you might be wrong on that, and here is why. You guys as millennials, you needed structure. You needed someone to sort of like tell you, take this step, after this step you do this, after this you do that. But we are the force that are recreating things. It's true that I don't think you're creative. I mean, most of the millennials tend to follow structure. They tend to do as they are told.
Is there a problem with following structure?
No, not like there's any problem with that. But what if there is an issue with the structure and you just keep following it because that is the only way you know
Now, the thing is this. A millennial, before we go into the women aspect now, a millennial knows when there's a fault in the structure. If a millennial does not address the fault in the structure, it's because she has seen ahead. And she has realized that if something is tampered with, which you might want to say Gen Zs are risk takers, but the truth is this: when there is no structure, there is no progress. Because everything will be scattered. And which is what a lot of Gen Zs are suffering. Because you just want to move. You don't look at what is ahead of you. Like they say, what an old man sees up, a child cannot see even if he jumps. So most times a millennial sits back, look at what is happening, follow history, and say, okay. But a Gen Z feels, how do people say it? Ahead. You go be. Do you understand? So while I love the energy, I love the enthusiasm of an average Gen Z, but I am worried by it because I have seen many of them hit their head on the wall when they are not able to figure out a solution to where they are stuck. Now, the problem is this: when you go in to help them, you discover that this is something they should have seen from the beginning, but because they do not follow structure, they get stuck.
But what if that's something you tell yourself as millennials? You just tell yourself that,
we don't tell ourselves, we see.
But what if you are not necessarily seeing there? What if it's something you just create in order to stay within your comfort zone?
Are you saying elusive feelings or elusive ideas?
No, I'm talking about, let's give an example. Say, for instance, you know within yourself that you like videography as a millennial, and you're a lady. I remember it's a space that is dominated by the males, and you just feel like, okay, what will they say? How will they look at me? Now, how... You know, the whole, because of the structure of, say, for instance, you go to a certain church that stigmatize ladies that stay around guys a lot.
Yes.
Then you consider all of these things, check the pros, check the cons, and time is going. Before you know, you open up your eyes and you can't do it anymore, and you're stuck in your 9 to 5 because it's comfortable. And you feel like, okay, I can see the future. So I've checked the weight, I've checked the risks, and it's not worth it. What if it's just something you will tell yourself and you feel like, okay, we are going ahead. As much as you think we don't see far, what if that is one of the things that help us? The fact that we don't worry so much about 30 years, and we just take it bit by bit and take it as every day as the day comes, we just take it.
And then when you do all of that in your Gen Z years, what now happens when you get to your 30s and your 40s? Is that when you start realizing?
At least.
Because
at least then we are not stuck regretting.
Now, you see, that's the thing.
Oh
now,
my God.
No. Let me correct you on that. There's a difference when you couldn't do something and you say, oh my God, I wish I was able to at least face my fears. And then there's a difference when you get to a certain level and you're like, I wish I never did this SHIT.
Which of them is worse though?
Now, do you know what is worse, my love? What is worse is you getting to that point and saying, I wish I never did this. You know why? Because history doesn't erase itself. Now, every single thing that you think you have done wrong, and you begin to regret in 10 years to come. The bitter truth is this: you can't erase it. But it is better that you never made a mistake. Because there will be nothing, my love, to erase.
That is really, really sad. Like,
I feel like my neck is going to go off.
You know what? Anyway, let's
no, it's very sad because here is it. you have to just sit down and keep wondering what would have happened.
Yeah.
What if I had taken that step?
Do you know you
It's
guys?
better you take the step and fail at it and learn and you move forward.
No,
than you
no.
just stay, don't
No.
take any step and you just
You're Lion, right? Your name is Lion.
I am.
Lion, right? Good. Now, you see one beautiful thing, Lion. I prefer to call you Lion.
Okay.
Right? Let's leave the other name. Right? You see one beautiful thing, Lion. A millennial is not afraid to try out new things. That is a misconception.
Okay.
Right? A millennial is not afraid to try out new things. For me, right, there is nothing I cannot try out as a millennial. But you see, the way life is structured, you talked about structure, and I'll bring you back to it. The way life is structured, let's now come back home as women. The way life is structured as women is not the way life is structured for a man. Do you understand?
Okay.
So the things that a woman, a millennial woman will sit down and say, oh my world, 10 years ago I was, a man may not do that.
Okay.
And this is why, as a woman, there's so many experiments you want to carry out. You want to be that thing, which is what you guys are doing.
Okay.
You want to be it. But the truth is this: regret comes at you so fast.
Wow.
I saw a video of your Gen Z, and I don't know if we have that video anywhere in our archive, but she said something. She said, "You want to make me a baby mama." I don't know if you've seen that video.
No,
it was out there on social media throughout last week thereabout. She said, "You want to make me a baby mama? I will carry the baby and give it to your mother." No, she said, "You want to make me a single mother? I will carry the baby and give it to your mother. Your mother will become a single mother." Do you understand? I will go out, I will enjoy my life, and I will come back after 10 years to apologize to my child. And if the child refuses to accept me, I will go out and born another one. Now, when you listen to things like this carelessness, I call it carelessness, my love. You see, this carelessness is what you will sit down 10 years. So what, all the things you've done, what are the assurance that as a lady you'll be able to conceive 10 years to come?
Okay, let me get in there. So my neck, you guys, I have to, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, but let me get in here.
Yes.
This might not just necessarily be a Gen Z thing. This whole regret baby mama thing. Because the people that get the Gen Z's pregnant, they're older men.
Well, let's even leave the men
Hold on,
aside.
wait.
We're coming there.
Hold on. They're older men.
We are
They're
coming
millennial
there.
men.
We are
right?
coming there.
And these millennial men do these things. Carelessly have seats. Leave the seats with leave the seats with the woman.
Yes.
The woman has to now fend for the child, and the man comes back. But don't you think that the Gen
Some people
Zs
come back.
Yeah. Don't you think that the Gen Zs are trying to reverse the role where the woman has to be the one to sit with the child in pain and penury, her life is stopped, and this time around she gives it to the mother, let the child be the business of the father rather. Don't you think that the Gen Zs are trying to reverse the rules that the millennials have done?
The question and the answer is this: why would you even want to get pregnant in the first place?
Okay.
But here's the thing.
Why?
Let's forget about, because that's one Gen Z.
Okay.
Let's make it broader. In your time, in your age, when a lady gets pregnant out of wedlock, she's ashamed. There's this shame. She can't face society anymore. There's this stigma. But then right now it's no longer. We are moving the shame.
That's not completely true.
Well, that's
not completely true.
I'm not done.
Okay, go ahead.
We are moving the shame. Instead of, we had a lot of millennials that died bearing children that they were not married with people that they were not married to because of the stigma. Instead of telling anybody, they maybe go aside to try to abort, and there's a problem. But now, what if you now have a generation that is audacious enough to make people take responsibility.
Now, you should be audacious enough to know when to get pregnant.
But
if you say you are
mistakes do
evolving,
happen. Do you want to tell me millennials
my
don't
love,
have
there's
mistakes?
no room. If you say you are an evolving generation, sweetheart, there is no room for mistake. You know why? Because this is it. The process of having sexual intercourse is not a mistake.
Wow.
It is you allow the man to pull his trouser. You guys were doing all the things you are supposed to do or are not supposed to do, right? Okay. You knew very well where to buy a dum-dum, according to the Lesam local. A dum-dum. You knew where to buy it. But he tells you, no, don't worry, it's just it. And you guys, I will say the word. No, my love, pause. You discover that you're pregnant.
Okay.
You know very well. Now, this is why I talk about being a good judge of character. You are very, see, you can fault the millennial women for so many things. But if you say you are an evolving generation, you should be able to know the signs of a man who is not ready to be a father. You should be able to know, my love, the signs of a man. But because you don't have foresight, you make okay. Let's hear the millennials. Because we shouldn't be having this. No, my love. We shouldn't be having this problem of you getting pregnant and even having a baby.
But isn't it a Gen Z problem? It's not a Gen Z thing. This is one lady, the one Gen Z.
No.
One Gen Z.
See, now this lady. Most time when we see these things on the social space, right? They are telling you. We live in a society. We see people around. Do you understand? You see people around. And everybody in this, who is even watching right now, you see people around. You see these things happen over and over again. And then you know what gets me sad? Whenever I see this thing play out, let's leave social media. When I see this thing play out, even in the real world, I check the first thing I try to do is, how old is this lady? The moment I get to know how old the lady is, I feel really bad. If it's a millennial woman, I'm like,
you shouldn't be.
You should know better. Yeah?
Do you understand? Yeah. But if it's a Gen Z lady, I'm like, really? You couldn't think?
Why?
Two different reactions.
Why though?
Because a Gen Z is an evolving, creative, interesting generation. So there are certain things you should not be doing. Certain mistakes. Now listen to this. We made mistakes so that you will not.
Please, let's hear you.
In order for us not to make those mistakes again.
Now listen, do you know that so many women who share their ordeal when it comes to getting pregnant and the man disappearing? So many millennial women, do you understand? They share their ordeal. You guys see these things. And you still don't learn.
Where do they share?
You still don't learn.
No,
just do you want to learn by having your own experience?
Online.
Oh, they do, my love, they do.
Anyways,
how many of them
do you want to learn by having your own experience?
But you said something. There was something you said. There was something you said. You said you are disappointed when we make these mistakes because we are an evolving by virtue of that word. I think it's contradicted, because when you say we're evolving, that means we are growing.
You're growing away from what you now. Your women believe that we know soji. There's so many things we did not do right. I agree, my love. I know they drag out with you, but why are you still making the same mistake?
The same?
Yes, if I just is even worse.
Our mistakes are different from
yours.
Okay, what do you think the mistakes of the
the
mistakes of the Gen Zs are?
Some of the things you mentioned, obviously, but I think our major problem is the fact that there's this. You guys don't mentor us.
Let me finish.
You guys don't mentor us. Okay, so you claim that we are an evolving generation. We should do better. But how can we do better when you don't help us? Instead, it's almost like there's this unseen war. Like you see this energetic person, and the next thing you want to do is to tame them instead of trying to guide them through the path, mentorship, and all of that.
Do you guys want to learn? Okay,
we
hold on. No. Escort. God, hold on. No. You people don't want
hold on. So you see, the thing is,
I won't generalize though.
This brings us to the crux of the matter for today. We're asking, do millennial women feel threatened by Gen Z women?
It's obvious.
And you have made it's obvious. Wow. You have made mention of,
if we don't mentor them.
you have made mention of the fact that there's an unspoken war. And to be honest, I'm not going to deny the fact that we see these things happening a lot in the social space, where you are calling out the Gen Zs. A typical example of what just happened here right now. You're calling out the Gen Z saying, you claim to know better, but you're still making the mistakes that we made. And the Gen Zs are, we do not claim that we know a lot. You guys just don't talk about what you go through. And the thing is, I'm going to be on the fence today, very much allowed, because I'm neither Gen Z, I'm neither millennial nor Gen Z for today. So that's the absolute truth. Because if we want to sit here and examine some of the things you said, you made some very, very salient points from both parties. One thing I know about the millennial woman is she overthinks. The millennial woman will tell you, she has this idea, she wants to do this thing. She keeps wondering, if I do this, what's going to happen? If I do that, what's going to happen? You know something about the millennial woman? Let's take a classic example of marrying people that are older than you, way older than you.
Yes.
Before a millennial woman will do that, she has thought about 101 consequences of what's going to happen. And now these consequences of marrying an older man is not necessarily, I don't like the man. I'm not attracted to the man. For the millennial, it's going to be like, what are people going to say about me? What is my church going to say about me? What's my community going to say about me? But for the Gen Zs is, do I love this man? If I love this man, every
Does
other
he have
person...
money?
Does he have money?
Does he have money? Yes. Does he have money? Do I love this man? Does he have money? Can he take me on trips? Can he take care of me? If he can, damn the rest of the world. While both this lifestyle has consequences, negative consequences, of course.
As well, yes.
They still do have like positive consequences. So do you guys think that the Gen Zs and the millennials need to come to a common ground? Because there are traits that the Gen Zs should have that comes from the millennial, and there are traits that the millennial should have that comes from the Gen Z. Don't you think that it's about marrying both generations together and finding out like something that is solid that both women can benefit from?
Okay, so I will start. I will start by, I will not be happy if I don't answer that the last point she made. She talked about we don't listen to them, or we don't bring them closer. I have a couple of young ladies around me. In fact, the person who gave me my skincare routine, thank you, Cara. You know, said, Gen Z, I saw her skin popping, and I'm like, oh, I love the way your skin is popping. Can you plug me in? And she sat down and taught me step by step how to go up. Before, I was never interested in skincare. Now, we bring them closer. But there's one thing a millennial does not like.
What?
Which is disrespect. That is very common with the millennial woman.
Don't you think they take respect a little too serious though?
That's what I'm saying, disrespect.
Okay.
Because they know what the hurdles they've gone through. And so when they try to extend that hand, and for one or two reasons, you're not able to communicate your grievances in a more better way, and it comes off as disrespectful, that can shut them out. Now, for some, they'll be able to manage it and find a way around it and speak to you and address it. While some Gen Zs would be open enough to apologize, some don't. I think I've had about 4 different experiences. You point out they are wrong in the nicest way possible, but they don't see, they consider you as old-fashioned, that you don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, second time Cynthia's mentioning this.
Do you understand? And instead of them to listen to her, because they have feelings, and they're very particular about their feelings, but they forget that you also have feelings, and you're learning ways to communicate your feelings to them.
Let's hear you.
Okay.
So, then I will not answer your question.
Well, let's hear her. Let her respond to that.
So we bring them close, but sometimes...
When you do say you bring them close, I think let's try to generalize it.
Okay.
You might be bringing them close, but a chunk of millennials feel like, even before getting to know the Gen Z, they just feel like, this one,
Write them off.
They write them off very easily.
Like write the millennials off?
No, the millennials write the Gen Z off.
Okay.
Sometimes because of their dressings, how loud they are. You just see a girl that is wearing maybe something very short and you just conclude that this one doesn't, she's not taking her life seriously. And the same thing with the guys, like, this one is dyeing his hair, this one, he's not even ready. Without even getting to talk to the person, know the person. So it's something that generally happens. So it's really, really hard, even in the workspace, when a millennial see a Gen Z and they're coming with all these ideas, all this flair, all this energy. Before you know, the millennial feel like, this is a threat, or this one is doing too much. What do you want? Is it that you want favor? What's your they're always
there's
like,
a motive behind
there's something behind this and all of that. And the other thing you said about
but is there a
respect,
motive really?
Not necessarily, is who we are. Actually, is who we are. Most times it's just most times when we want to do things, we put ourselves into it, both emotionally and everything. And to address the second thing you spoke about respect, I wouldn't say we are disrespectful. I'm speaking generally, not for myself, obviously. But then I can say this for sure. We are loud. Loud. We are expressive too. And most times it can come off as disrespectful, but most times it's not really our intent. We're just expressing ourselves the best way we know how to. And here's why. We have watched our parents keep quiet, beaten by their husbands. And because of that, we've told ourselves, no, can never be me. So we come off like, okay, before you give me one, I'm giving you two. So it stems from what we've been through. I know you made mention about how that you have emotions and we have emotions too. We understand that, but we know you accommodate things and we don't want to be you.
We don't accommodate things.
No, speak for yourself.
We just
millennials.
No, this is it. This is
they are very patient.
No, this is the difference.
They are very patient.
This is it.
When you say, when you say they accommodate things,
I am a millennial, but I'm not patient.
That's you.
Do you get?
You.
And I know a lot of millennials who are not patient with BULLSHIT. I don't want to say the word, but there are a lot of them. But you probably will not.
Even when you're not patient with it, you try to diplomatically just say.
But the Gen Z says it like that. I think I like that about the Gen Z.
If a millennial smells what does not suit her, she looks at it from outside. This doesn't favor me. She quietly leaves.
But you see, that's the problem. Hold on. Like I said, I'm neither Gen Z.
Do you understand?
Hold on. Like,
now,
hold on, Cynthia.
You get loud about it and still, when you get loud about it, sometimes you people still stay there.
Sit down. Hold on, Cynthia. That's the problem with with millennials. I can tell you that's the exact problem with millennials.
So you have to be loud instead of just
not loud. The millennial will chest everything that happens to her. Yes,
not everyone.
Most millennials, they go through something rather than have a conversation about it. They walk away. That's how millennials behave.
With who?
Conversation with the person that has offended them. You will see it all the time. A millennial will tell you, "Oh, I don't like this person." And it's not because of exactly what the person has done right now to them. You'd see a millennial tell you that, "I don't like this person." And when the person comes there, they're still cordial with the person.
Yes.
They still speak with the person, but they don't like the person. But the Gen Z tells you, "I don't like this person." And the person knows that the Gen Z does not like.
We don't pretend.
They don't pretend about it.
You know the funniest thing?
Okay.
Have you ever seen a Gen Z that wants something from you? They pretend.
That's what I'm saying. They're in control of their emotions. They have better control of their emotions.
You don't like a person, but because you want something from that person, you become fake. What's the difference? That's what a Gen Z would do.
Okay.
But does it mean that as millennials, when you need something from someone, you will not bring yourself?
No, the millennial. If they want something from you and you disrespect them, they walk away. They won't wait.
That's it.
They walk away.
That's it.
And that's why they miss out on opportunities. That's why they miss out on a lot of opportunities. Millennials.
So there's a level to it. There's a level to it.
I know that.
You and your thing.
But do you think that's the right thing to do?
You can go off.
Do you think that's the right thing to do?
This is it. From where I stand, it's better. If I don't like you, I don't need anything from you. Even if you are the one holding the key to the destiny. That's the truth. If I don't like you, if you're disrespectful to me, if you have portrayed a certain level of, and like you said, some people will say, "Oh, you just have to bend down and just No.
But how has that affected the productivity of millennials?
No, I don't think it has affected them much.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because they have, you talk about boundaries, they have their ways of cutting boundaries. So when a person knows that even if I hold the key to your life, you will still not come and subject yourself to me, it gives them, for some persons, they rethink.
Okay.
Which is what, so let's now come back to your question, right? Because you asked about millennial women, Gen Z women.
I don't think before we get on to that question, I think we need to go on a very short break so that everybody will calm down. The proposer and the opposer and the opposer, everyone is going to calm down. And then when we get back, we'll get on with the conversation. Please keep it locked in.
Nigeria's economy, the global markets, what does it all mean for you? From stock market insights to global financial news you need to know. From Wall Street to the main street and of course, the marketplace.
Get the answers you need every week on Businessless with me, Faith Daffer Joseph, as I bring into focus the stories, strategies, and shifts shaping our economy. No angle is missed as I talk about the business, the people, patterns, and possibilities behind them. Welcome to the Business Lens.
Rapid TV, rooted in truth, driven by impact.
Meet the men and women shaping the future of Nigeria. Get to know your representatives at the National Assembly. From lawmaking to constituency projects, we'll take you behind the scenes and inside the chambers of the Nigerian National Assembly. Learn about the bills they are championing, the challenges they are facing, and the impact they are making in their constituencies. We'll also bring you closer to the people they are serving and the stories that shape their work. Join us on NAS Watch every Friday on Rapid Television at 7 p.m.
So get informed, get engaged, and get to know the leaders shaping Nigeria's future.
Correro, your front row seat to the most pressing issues from the corridors of power to the heart of our communities. We bring you unfiltered insight, fearless journalism, and the conversations that matter. My name is Natural Prince, and I invite you to this big conversation table as we analyze the top stories, ask the tough questions, and hold power to account. News that informs, analysis that empowers, debate that drives change. Correro, the big conversation, every weekday at 7 p.m. only on Rapid TV.
All right, welcome back and thanks for staying with us. It's still Rapid On right here on Rapid TV, and this is the Girls Corner where we get to talk about girl stuff. Now, it beats my heart, it breaks my heart that we're fighting against ourselves today. Usually it's against the men. We burn the men. But today we're not burning the men, we're burning ourselves, because sometimes we need to do some reflection from within. And that's the reason for this conversation. Because I feel that the Gen Zs have so much potentials. And the millennials also have so much potential. But they're not allowing themselves come to a conclusion. They're not allowing themselves come to a common ground. This one is feeling like my way is superior, and the other one thinks my way is also superior. But the truth is there actually a superior way? I think that life in itself is just picking up pieces of values and principles that align with your personality and employing them or deploying them to your daily life. But anyways, we're having a conversation of the tug of war between the millennials, Cynthia Ago, and the Gen Z, Glory Lion. Right now, I don't know who is taking the lead. I don't know who is 2, who is 0, who is whatever. But right now, we're still in the conversation. Now, let's get to the very matter, the very reason we're here. Hold on.
Matter. Siba, I was out just yesterday. I was out. And I overheard a man telling a young girl that he was trying to chike, I've been a toast or woo. And this man is married. And do you know what he said to her? He said his wife is old, P-U-S-S-Y. And she is new, P-U-S-S-Y. And the lady, Abi the girl, was like like a Zomo. How do you laugh on hearing a thing like that? A man is wooing you, and he's shaming his wife that he paid money to marry, that's giving birth to amazing children for him, probably.
Should I say
and he's telling you that you are new, P-U-S-S-Y, and his wife is old
Cynthia,
one. That is why he likes
the
you.
emotions.
This
Cynthia,
is this.
Cynthia.
I heard it, and I said like
the emotions you are attaching to this conversation now, to this particular thing this man has said, is what makes you clearly a millennial. And I'll tell you why.
And every
Gen Z
woman,
hold on,
should feel like,
hold on. A Gen Z is
what?
hearing this now, and a Gen Z is picking up an opportunity.
Okay, it's a compliment.
No, it's not a compliment.
Okay.
The man is going to pay for what he said. It's just that he's not getting.
How?
His money is going to finish. Because now, hold on.
The person stays and ridicules your gender.
Hold on. Let me tell you something.
And you laugh.
So Gen Zs don't take things deep as millennials do.
Okay.
Let me tell you, it's offensive for you to make a comment about a woman's body. Hold on.
Isn't it offensive?
He said it is new and old.
He said his wife
is it a lie?
Is old, P-U-S-S-Y.
Okay, but is it a lie?
He said his wife is old, P-U-S-S-Y. Isn't it?
Oh, isn't it?
Isn't that?
So is that what should be used? So a man comes to you trying to woo you and tells you that don't worry.
Both the man and the man, I believe, is a millennial. Both the man and the Gen Z, those two people you are using as an example, both of them are foolish. So it's not. I don't think we should.
Z thing.
It's not a Gen Z thing.
Now, you know why I brought that? I remember that story. It was when she was speaking. She said, "We are supposed to come together as women, right?
Coming together does not mean
Do
I
you
have to
understand?
adopt your thoughts.
No,
your school of thought.
No, I'm not saying now. One thing I'm going to say, which I'm sure she must have heard me say that before. Women way na kata na anyhow. So aside from millennial and Gen Z matter, there is no support amongst women.
I don't agree.
Well, let me finish.
I don't agree.
Because first of all, if a man is trying to woo you,
shaming another woman,
let him woo you in a healthy manner.
But that has nothing to do with the Gen Z.
So
it has everything to do with the man who does that, not the Gen Z alone.
No, why I'm saying it, because a millennial woman will first of all correct you. No, don't say that. You don't.
Not necessarily.
You don't do that.
Not necessarily. Not
She will
necessarily.
not stay there and be laughing.
No.
And be like, all right.
You've had there have been situations where a woman and her husband is like two friends, and the husband is dating both of them and is married to one. And they are millennials. So would you use that instance to say, okay, a millennial will always stand for the other person?
That is why I said women way na kata. So I said it here before.
Okay, aside that.
Do you understand?
Now let me ask you guys. Hold
before.
on. Let me ask you the main question.
Which
I feel like we're moving away. We are just getting carried away by the whole thug of war, the whole fight between millennials and Gen Zs. Do millennial women feel threatened?
No.
But
you don't need to finish it. You don't even need to finish the question.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Martha.
Tell me why.
No. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What are they supposed to feel threatened about?
They're getting what you can't have.
What are the things that?
Let me just ask you a question.
Okay.
As a millennial woman, do you think you are old?
Decorum.
No.
What are the things?
As a millennial woman, let me put that here. As a millennial woman, do you think you are old? That's the problem. They don't think we are old, and we know we are young. We obviously know we are young, and now you don't think you are not too old to be old, but then there's this person and they say they are young.
Now, what is your definition of old?
That's the thing.
Exactly. What do you define old?
The fact that they don't believe they are old, they don't believe they need to calm down and let us.
And let you do what?
Let us take the lead.
Let us
what?
take the lead. Oh yeah, come and rule
It's
Nigeria.
not like you guys. I mean,
you want to
let us
take the
we
lead.
can. I mean,
You will. So you will create a club in Aso Rock?
Of course.
What's wrong? What's so wrong? We haven't done it in Aso Rock. What's so wrong?
There will be more unity.
Unity in what? Unity in what? In diversity.
See, let me tell you something else. Do you know, you asked a question before you guys went on about this whole club thing. You said, what does a Gen Z have that
Exactly,
a millennial
yes.
would be
Answer.
jealous of?
You are high. Okay, you answer.
Answer it.
Let me just give you just three. Okay. Among so many.
One.
Creative spirits. Fresh. Boiling.
Is it part of the
alive?
Is it part of the creative?
Creative spirits.
Okay,
number
one.
We're energetic.
Okay.
And we are young.
That's
We
it.
have time.
You
One
have
thing
time?
You guys don't have. We have time. Yes. We have the benefit of time. I mean, we are in our 20s. You know your time is running out.
You have time.
We do. Absolutely.
You have time.
We do.
Have you seen the way the clock is running and the calendar is moving?
It's running for you too.
It's running for
Except
you, my
that
love.
for us, of course.
Now,
it
you
is.
see the problem.
But then
You
you're
believe-
already in your 30s, 40s. We're in our 20s. This is our time. We can now
You can
make
still afford
mistakes.
to
We can
make
learn.
mistakes.
We can unlearn. But then you are managing things. You are out of. I mean,
you see, that
running
is
out.
a misconception.
It's not.
that was
It is
fed
what
to you.
it is.
No. You say you have, my love,
We
you
do.
don't have time.
But we do. At
You
least
don't
more
have
than you compared to you.
No,
Compared to you,
The thing
wow.
is this. The question now is this. Time for what?
Time. I said it.
That is
time to. We have the leverage to actually learn, make mistakes, relearn, unlearn. But for you,
mistakes is
you have to
not
be
what-
careful.
Now this is it. Mistakes is not something you should be proud about.
It's not something I'm proud
you know
about.
what I'm
I'm
saying
not
so?
saying it in a
You know
proud way.
what
I'm
I'm
just
saying
saying we
so?
do have time to learn.
Do you know why I'm saying so? Because if you guys are really smart, as you say,
Wow.
you will look at the previous generation. I keep talking about mistakes and learning and experience. You see, these three things is what I am talking about. Now, you see point A made a mistake. And you have identified, because you guys are versatile, smart. You say you are smart, so that's what you said, though.
But you said you are smart.
I'm quoting you now.
Okay.
I'm quoting you, and I don't want to go against your word. So you are smart, you're this, you're that. You should have learned that point A went into this hole at 12 midnight, and something beat her. So I'm here now.
What if I'm entering the hole this time around with a knife?
That is the problem. You people don't enter with anything.
It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. We are better equipped than.
But let's come back to this thing. Gen Z women, millennial women. See, everywhere I have been asked this question, I say it again. Millennial women are not threatened. It's all these things you've outlined. Oh, time. Oh, this one. Oh, you're getting old. You don't want to get old.
But are you
Oh,
not
you're that young?
threatened? Are you not threatened?
Why do you think the millennial woman
In
is
terms,
threatened?
in
It's
terms of
obvious.
men, in terms of career, in terms of let us even talk about terms of men.
But they are bagging hot men.
They are bagging hot men. Men when they give their belly live there.
What do you think?
many?
What do you think?
Wait.
What do you think? What do you think?
No.
With
These men you say you are bagging, they are capitalizing on your naivety.
But the millennial men are everywhere
Wait,
trying to follow
wait,
the
wait,
Gen Z
wait,
women.
wait.
Now this is it. Now
Wait.
this is it. Like that man said, you
What
are
are you
young.
using as a pot of
okay,
comparison?
okay.
Where are you getting your references from? Because I'm a bit lost. When you say Gen Z people are getting pregnant up and down, what about the ones moving, that are shaking things on the internet? People that are actually making waves for themselves. People that are actually in this industry, even in the communication industry, doing a lot of things for themselves. Combining a lot of things together and making
And I think this is the major
What about them?
insult
Do you
that
realize
millennials-
that you all are just you're just using examples of people that have made mistakes in their life, forgetting that
Now
even
that
millennials,
you have
there are
come-
people that have very terrible past, even as millennials.
Exactly.
So you don't throw away the baby and the bad water and the bad water.
But you have been
understand?
doing it.
So, no. How many of us though? What about the people that are actually doing very well?
Now, have you seen the record of millennials who are making giant strides and setting the pace and making the record straight.
The problem is this. We have seen, of course, it's very.
What are we talking about here? So
for how long
it?
are they going to be making these waves? Your time is running out, whether you admit it or not. It is high time to stop all of this and just try to
all of
pour
what?
into
Making giant strides?
all of this. Yeah, no. Stop the war.
What war?
Stop the war.
Yes,
It's high time you guys just pause and take a deep breath, then pour into us. You claim we know we are smart. You know we are smart. I mean, you know
You say
it.
you are smart.
Know it. So
I don't know it.
Instead of all of this trying to shame us, trying to always tell us how terrible we are, how we are taking bad risks, all our mistakes, why don't you just step back and just come and tell us what you did?
Do you want to listen
and
to
how you want us to do it better?
Do you want to listen to an old person?
Of course we do.
Do you want to listen to a person whose time is running out?
Of course we do, because we know your time is running out.
Okay,
so
now the
we
person
know
is
how
running out
important
to
it
where?
is for us to listen to you.
No, I want you to wait. You forget that Gen Z, being a Gen Z, it has a short lifespan.
Of course it does.
Do you understand? It's a very short. So when you finish doing all these things that you are doing,
No, but when you say being a Gen Z, when I'm 40, it doesn't change my gen anymore. I mean, even when I'm 60, I'm still
Gen Z.
It's a gen. You don't know what Gen Z
you
is.
have
It doesn't have to do with
They still
being
remain. They're still Gen Zs,
youth.
but
no,
you
we are
have
still Gen
moved.
Zs, but we are still Gen Zs, just older Gen Zs, but we are still Gen Zs.
Madam,
The
you
next
have
generation is what?
moved.
Gen Alpha.
Alpha.
you have moved.
No, you don't move from it. You don't move. Even at 100, you are still a millennial.
You're
not?
a Gen Z. Do
Even
you know
at
that
100.
there is a name for those that are 100 and above?
Those ones are called Gen X, yeah?
Yeah.
Gen X. But when they were 10, they were Gen X. When they were 20, they were Gen X. When they were 50, they were Gen X. It's just like you, when you're 100, it doesn't make you a Gen
Now,
X.
you know the difference between what you're saying is that by the time you get to 35, 40, these things you're saying, the brain has a way it works. If you like, call yourself this and that.
No, you don't understand. It's like she's not getting it.
No.
She's
Wait,
not
I
getting
get your
it.
point. By the time you get to 35, 40, you want to back if that you're still a Gen Z generation.
No, Gen Z is not
wait.
no, excuse me, ma. Gen Z is not a slang. It's not a.
No, I get
it's not
your-
something
no,
we
I
tell
need
us.
you
It's
to
not
listen.
Gen Z
Their
baddie.
generation.
Maybe you're talking about Gen Z baddie. Then
Wait,
that is
no.
maybe that's the
I
one
want
that
you to
will
get your
fade.
point.
No. It's a
We're not talking about
generation.
fading. Wait. You see, this is the problem.
Okay.
Calm down and listen.
But why do you think?
Mara.
You see, that's the problem.
Listen.
She doesn't want to listen to me.
Okay.
No, this is it.
You see what I did there? That is the problem. They are saying we should keep quiet and listen, but they don't want to hear us out.
Now, listen to what I'm saying. I am not saying your generation changes.
Okay.
It does not change.
Okay, the way they
what I am
think
saying
will
is this:
be different.
your brain is wired to think differently at some point
that's
in your
life.
life.
That's of course
So
that's
you say
life
you
then.
don't listen.
Okay.
That's the problem. You don't listen to when the person is saying something.
Initially you said
You
when
have to
I'm 40,
listen.
I will no longer be a Gen Z.
Okay.
I mean,
it's okay. Gen
mindset.
Gen M.
Mindset
You
will change.
have a way. It will not operate how you are
Of course,
now.
we are growing. Our mindset
Now,
will keep
and the
evolving.
thing
That is
is,
what
it's
supposed to
okay.
be.
It's okay. It's
now,
okay.
what
It's
now
okay.
happens after you've done all the things you want to do, and then by that 40,
When you say all this I want to do, it makes it sound like I want to do bad things.
Yo.
All this I want to do.
I want to know.
She's like when they're 40, and you're using all this you're trying to do.
is
I'm
out.
trying to like. Okay, I'll tell you.
time is out.
Okay.
liar, you're trying to do what? Liar, no, you're trying to do what?
Do you guys know that this is
make
not going to
a
end
mark.
anytime soon?
We are trying to make a mark.
Okay.
We are trying to have our voice heard.
Okay.
We are trying to start
Okay,
to.
that's okay. That's
wait.
okay.
Do you know the age they say life begins?
They say you guys begin. You convince yourself that life begins at 40. Life begins the moment you can think for yourself, not
Okay,
at
so
40.
when
Okay,
can
it's
you
okay,
think for
that's
yourself?
okay.
What do you think?
Whenever you can start
when
thinking for
can you
yourself.
Summarize the life of a millennial. She has summarized the life of a Gen Z.
I haven't.
She has
Okay. You have 1 minute. Summarize the life of a millennial.
Okay.
Millennial
Of
woman.
a Gen Z woman.
Let me just
Yeah.
say something. It is true that there is this war unseen, unsaid. But instead of us concentrating on what we have that millennials don't have and what millennials have and Gen Zs don't have, let's just look for a way to work together
Okay.
for a better life, because we still have another generation that is coming. It might not be, they might not have the spotlight now, but they are here. And very soon they will have it. So let's build a world that will be easy for them to thrive in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Summarize the life of a millennial.
Ha.
1 minute, Cynthia.
I would
1 minute, Cynthia.
So I would simply say that a millennial woman, in my final statement, it might appear like she's threatened, but she's not.
Okay.
When you have seen life from a perspective, it just makes you careful.
Okay.
And yes, I do agree that there's need for us to do better in terms of harmonizing.
Okay.
Like she said, there are other ones coming, and those ones, I can already see the signs.
Okay.
Una go here and win.
All of us together.
All of us go here and win.
All right.
So for us to avoid that win, we need to, I won't use the word tame. That's a very wrong word to use.
Guide.
Guide, harmonize, and let the other one be willing to listen. That's it.
Right, guys. I don't think the fight between the millennials and the Gen Zs is ending anytime soon. Because from what you have seen, they have so many things that are yet unspoken. So we probably might have a second edition of the battle between the Gen Zs and the millennials. But yes, thank you so much for being here with us. I have a sore neck right now that I need to tend to because I've been turning left and right all through the start and end of the show. But yeah, let me just remind you that we are live across social media platforms on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on X, which is formerly Twitter, and at Rapid TV. Then on YouTube is official Rapid TV. You can rewatch this episode. I want to encourage you to send this video to a Gen Z and a millennial so that the battle continues in the comment section. So like, subscribe, share, and do whatever you need to do to ensure that this message gets to the aggrieved Gen Zs or the aggrieved millennials. Yes, it's at official Rapid TV. And of course, we have a website, www.rbnradiotv.com. You can you can watch our episodes live. So share it to friends and family. From this end, it is bye-bye. I will see you tomorrow. I had an amazing Wednesday in general. See you tomorrow.